Hi guys. So today is Monday. Um I am starting this video. I want to show you really quick before I start anything. First of all, I want to thanks God. Like I already did. I already took my time. I took my time with God. I already prayed, did everything. And I hope everybody have a beautiful day and start their day beautiful, and may God protect them the whole day, their family and all of them. And don't look at me. I'm not trying to sound like a preacher, I think it is, to preach or something like that. But anyway, guys, I just want to show you really quick something that I'm working on. I'm working on this baby blanket, right? But wait till I finish it, guys. And I don't know if I show you guys my Joda little shoes. I think I did. My Joda little shoes with the hat. I think I already sold like 3 of them already, of these. And some little baby shoes I did for little tiny babies, and I did them in green too, right? And I'm working on this dress, which I've been working for like 2 months, but you know what? It's gonna get done. Anyway, guys, all I want to say is I want to thank everybody that's been leaving me beautiful messages and DN and private messages and stuff like that. But anyway, my kids are good. My mom, she's hanging in there. Prayers, lots of prayers from my mom. She's hanging in there. Um, and that's about it. But then this is what I really want to talk about, right? Because I've tried to do this video already 3 times, and the 3 times God is telling me, no, say it the way it is. Because I'm trying to go over it, but every time I go over it, it's not coming out the way it's supposed to. Something happens, and I have to. So I'm gonna say the way, the journey that I'm going through. Like I said, it's this video is probably not for everybody. People don't want to hear nothing about your experience with God, or what you experience. But you know what, I'm gonna say it. Whoever wants to watch it. If you don't want to watch it, you could go to another video. There's billions of people on YouTube that you could go watch and be entertained with. This is what I'm going. This is the experience that I have, and this is the experience that I want to tell you, for those who want to listen. If not, I just want to say the word, because this is what God is telling me how to say it. Okay. So guys, a couple of months ago, it was like uh August. I think it was when I came back in August. I came back to Puerto Rico. When I went in July for my granddaughter's graduation, the twins, I went to church 1 or 2 times with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and my granddaughter, her daughter. And it was fine. I loved it. Everything was so nice. Everything was beautiful. And I tell you, I was the person that said, me go to church. I'm not gonna go to church. But okay, fine. Okay, okay, whatever. So I was going through a lot of stuff. My family, my kids, my son. It was a lot of stuff going on, really bad, like back to back to back to back to back to back to back. But you know what? I never lost faith on God, and I knew that God was always going to be there, and He's always been there. So I went to church, and then something. I know something when I came back to Puerto Rico in August. I came back in July or August, and then I flew back, and my daughter had her baby in August 29th, I think it was. So I went back on September 4th, I think it was. I went back. And before I went back, oh my God, hold on. Let me say the way it is. Before I went in July or August, I think it was August, when I came back to Puerto Rico in August, I think it was. One day I woke up, right? And I told my husband, oh my God, I want a Bible. This is what I told him. I want a Bible. So I didn't think that my husband was going to take it that seriously. Like, he was like, what you said? I said, I want a Bible. I said, I never had a Bible, and I want a Bible. I want a Bible this way, this way, this way, this way. So he grabbed his phone, because my hubby, you can't tell him that you want this or you want to find out, because he goes and he's searching, he looks. So he goes, oh, so let's go to Plaza Las Americas, which is the biggest mall here that we have in Puerto Rico. And there's a Christian church there, a Christian store. Girls, if I sound like this, is because I'm like a little bit nervous. And I went, and when we went to the Christian store, my husband seen there was a bunch of Bibles, but there was a he was like, "Oh, grab this one." I was like, "I don't want that one. I wanted something that I want, like something that I want that it's calling my that caught my eye." So when I was looking, I found this beautiful Bible. Right, it's called the Inspira, La Biblia Inspira. Right, this is what it's called, and it's by Filament. Filament is a thing. An app that you download on your phone, and whatever questions or whatever doubts you have or whatever you're reading you don't understand, it helps you out. So I was like, oh my god, I got it. So I went on Amazon, and I got the little tabs, everything on my Bible. My Bible is a beautiful, beautiful Bible. I love this Bible. So then I got this this journaling book, right? I how you call it? I scrapped it, and yeah, this is my my notes on the stuff that I read and been reading. Okay, so fine. Mind you, I never read a Bible or nothing like that. So when I got the Bible, I was like, how am I supposed to read it? And then I was like, somebody said, oh, I Googled it on YouTube. I was like, how are you supposed to read it? Where do you start reading the Bible, right? Do you start the First Testament or do you start the Second Testament? So then I was like, okay, they said to pray, right? You pray to God, and then you take and you open the Bible. Wherever it opens, that's where you read at. So that's what I was doing. But then they told me, no, don't start there. You start in the New Testament, right? Because the First Testament is how God did create everything, right? Excuse me, guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to preach or nothing. I'm just giving you my experience of what happened to me why I started going to church, right? So that's not gonna change me as who I am. Like, I'm still Millie, like, but I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, guys, okay. Let me get to the point. So anyway, so I go when my daughter is having the baby, Barbara. I went down. I think it was September 4th or the 5th. I got back down there. So I went down. I was helping her. Sunday came, and I went to church. I was like, Barbie, I help you with the baby and stuff, but when Sunday comes, I want to go to church. So I went to church. Fine, everything was nice. I loved the environment, everything, because that little church is like everybody's family. Like it's nice. Okay, it's nice. So anyway, boom, I left. Wednesday, they have Wednesday Bible study. I wanted to go to Bible study because I do want to understand what I'm reading. I do want to know what's these people been there for so many years. They know. So boom, and it's interesting. So I told my granddaughter, I told Lexi, I need help to tell me how I'm supposed to read the Bible, right? So she goes, Mima. They call me Mima. Mima. The Bible is like a telenovela, right? She doesn't know how to speak a lot of Spanish. She goes, it's like a telenovela. I was like, a telenovela. She goes, yeah, because the Bible is like a novela because everything that happened in the Bible really happened on life. This is really happened. So if you want to read anything, read the Bible. It's the best, right? So boom. Okay, there you go. I start going to church. I went, I think it was, wait, guys, let me go a little bit back because in that first, when I went in June, in July to the girls' thing, I did have an encounter. My mom was staying with my son, right? I don't speak about this, but you know what? I'm gonna speak about it because I think it's time for me to say it. My mom was staying with my son, right? My mom was in a home. My son took her out the home and brought her to her house. But it's like how we say everybody has their own belief. My mom believes on her on her on her way, right? I don't know how her figurines and stuff like that. I don't know how you call them. Los Santos, whatever you call them. So my mom always have like this little altar where she has her Virgin Mary, God, all these bunch of stuff, right? But that's her. and I respect everybody's belief. I respect anybody believe whatever, because that's you. You can't go on and expect somebody to change or do something. It's hard to explain. But anyway, my son was going through it before my mom got there. So, me as a mom, which I don't care what nobody says, because I'm a mom and I'm always going to be a mom, and I'm always going to be, they could abuse me, beat me, whatever. However it is, which my kids don't do that, because I'll be damned if they ever put a hand on me or try to disrespect me in a way that they know better. But anyway, my son, I went to see my mom that Sunday, right? So I'm in the room with my mom. He's in the living room, but I see my son. He's been acting weird. Not weird. He wasn't acting weird. But mind you, when you don't know nothing about church and you don't know nothing that's going on, when you see people doing things like that, you find them weird. Or, oh my God, that's weird, whatever he's doing. And why he's talking crazy. That's how I looked at it. So we was in the room, and I was sitting next to my mom, and he came in the room and he told my mom, was having a cigarette, something like that. And then I was laughing with my mom. So he goes and tells my mom, oh, that's why you gonna go to, down there, H. And then my mom looked at him, and I started laughing because I thought he was joking, but he was really serious. So he goes, oh, and if you can't follow my rules, and if you can't follow what I'm saying, you need to get the F out of my house. So I looked at him, and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, you too. If you don't like it, you could get out. Da, 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 da. That's why you're going to burn. Da, da. Girl, he did like a 360. But in that moment, my mom started crying. So I grabbed my mom. My mom can't even walk. I grabbed my mom, and my heart just broke there like in half. Like I felt it the worst pain ever. So my daughter lives across from my son, right? They live door by door. So I took my mom, I took her out of this whole mess that was going on, and I took it to my daughter's house because my daughter said, bring her over here. So I come back. When I come back, my son was still talking, but it wasn't my son, because I could tell on his face, he looked really bad. But me, he kept on going at me, like going at me. That's why this is gonna happen to you. You always too good. Da 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 da. Did this and that. Da 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 da. Everybody. Well, he was telling me, but I go up to him, right? I'm facing him. Mind you, I wasn't scared, but I was just up in his face. I was like, let me tell you something. That's not the way you talk to people. If you want people to listen to you, if you're saying your word, I don't care. If you don't like it, get the F up my house. Da da da. I just want to see you when you burning. Da 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 da. I'm just, don't even look at me. All this bunch of stuff. I was like, you know what? Whatever you say, Bible, I don't care. You know what? When God tells me it's my turn, that's when I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because you telling me and you talking like that to me. So we was going back and forth. So boom, I left to my daughter's house, and I was just crying because I felt it so bad for my mom. Not even for me, for my mom, because my son never disrespected me or my mom, never ever. He just turned into an ugly person. So okay, fine. Boom, I left. We took my mom out of there. My other daughter took her, but thanks God that she didn't give up her apartment, because the lady came and gave her back her apartment. So boom, mind you, all this time I was feeling some type of way about my mom, So anyway, but that broke my heart, right? Because I'm her daughter and I never disrespected my mom. Never ever have disrespected my mom. Never. And God knows I'm not lying. I never disrespected my mom. So for all the things that I've been through with my mom, I will never disrespect her because she's my mom. Okay, so anyway, boom, all this thing happened. I left my mom in her apartment, everything. So something, like when I went to church, whatever, I was praying and everything. And then like something turned my heart around, right? That was the first time. It turned my heart around. I got my mom. I got her, I don't want to brag about it, but I'm just telling you how it went. I got stuff for her for her apartment. I cleaned her apartment. I did everything, and grocery, everything. Everything is not because I want to brag what I did for my mom, but this is how it went. Okay, boom, da 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 da. All this thing happened. So I come back home. All this happened in August. I go back in September, and then that's when everything, I kept on going more to church. I started going on Sundays, I started going on Bible studies, I started going on Fridays. It was not, it's nice. It's not, it was, it's nice. I was feeling so good. So one Sunday I go to church, right? And I'm over here praying, and they're worshiping God, and all this bunch of stuff is so beautiful. All these beautiful songs, everything was beautiful. So my granddaughter, it was my daughter, my niece, me, and my granddaughter. My granddaughter changed me to the she went inside and she put me on the edge. So when the pastor is preaching, right, and all this, and she's saying that the altar is open for you to go up to the altar, guys, my right leg, my left leg wanted to go, but then my right leg didn't, like, I was stuck, like, like when you try to move. So everything that they say, it's like God is speaking to you right there. In order for you to understand, you have to live this experience, right? So everything that this pastor was saying, it was like falling on me. Like, I knew he was talking to me, because everything they was saying, it was me. So I'm trying to walk, right? I'm trying to walk, but I couldn't. So I looked at my granddaughter. My tears are literally coming down, but it was like these tears of joy. It wasn't tear of pain or nothing. It was like these tears were just happy tears. Guys, it's hard to explain. So I went like this to my granddaughter, like, I want to go, like, but I can't. So she was moving me. I couldn't move. So like she pushed me, and then I walked to the altar, right? And there's this, she's like she's a pastor too, Daniela. I love her. And once she came up to me and she put her hand on me, right? All of a sudden, I'm just hearing this voice. It's telling me all these things, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful worship, right? So when it came, all I remember was she was talking to me, and then after that, I don't remember nothing else, guys. This is real. Like, it's real. Like, it's real. Like, it's real. You don't understand. This is so real. And I know that when I was when I got up, I was in my knees, guys, and my knees in front of God, like, and my knees praying. And ever since that day, it's like I feel like I felt there's something different in me, right? Okay, fine. So that was that Sunday. Um, we went to a concert. Me and my daughter went to a concert, right? We went to a concert to see this girl sing, Everly Morillo. So if you ever, those who Spanish and like church or whatever, and you want to listen to some beautiful songs, her name is Everly Morillo. She is 23 years old. She could sing. Oh my God, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful songs. So this day, it was a Tuesday night, right? And I went to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Something, I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep. So I was praying and praying and praying and praying. Before that, yeah, guys, before that, my niece was staying with us. My niece came and stood with us because she was going through some stuff, because she brought a house, and then she was waiting for them to give her the keys. So she stood with me a couple of days, and we spent time together. That's my only niece that my brother left, that passed away. So we was together at my daughter's house. It was, the family was going through a lot of stuff, and we all needed each other that time. So boom. So she left. When she left, I think she left like on a Saturday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I went to sleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. When I put this phone on the song, it says, the song is conocido, something like that. It's Everly's song. Guys, when I tell you that when I put that song on, oh my God, and God knows I'm not lying, I started crying. When I tell you that I started crying with feelings, like, when you cry that you hurt, like, oh my God, I started crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. And something was telling me, like, to open the door and start running. And like scream really loud, and I couldn't sleep. I was crying and crying and crying, and I was feeling these words got into me so bad that I started feeling like, oh my God, I abandoned my mom. Like, why I left my mom there, like all these guilty feelings, right? But I know that it's not true. I did not abandon my mom. I did not did all this bunch of stuff. Yeah, we do have our differences, but she's still my mom and I still be there for her. But I'm sorry, I'm crying. Um, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I text my niece and I go, "Are you up?" She wasn't up. My daughter was sleeping. There wasn't nobody for me to talk to. I was feeling so bad, like so bad and so guilty, guys. When I tell you, I was feeling like, oh my God, the worst daughter ever, like ever, when I know I'm not. I know I haven't been that daughter, like. So I couldn't sleep. I was just crying and crying and crying. And I was feeling so bad. So morning comes and my niece calls me and I tell her, oh my God, this happened to me. Da, 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 da. So she was like, you know what, Titi, just pray, and don't worry about it. That's God talking to you, letting you know that, you know, he's just trying to put you where you're supposed to be at, right? So I was like, okay, fine. Mind you, I still am not understanding too good. So when I go to church, we went to a retreat. We went to not a retreat. We went to a it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday or a Sunday. We went to these mountains where they have big crosses, beautiful, beautiful, peaceful. Guys, when I tell you that that was the most peaceful day ever, like the most peaceful day ever, you could feel the wind, you could feel like this breeze. It was beautiful, and it was a beautiful day. It was probably like 12 girls, and we went with our stuff, and we went to talk, and everybody was telling their experience, and da 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 da. This one of these girls, she got up, right, and she said her experience. And she said that when she was talking, literally, I felt that she was telling me to not worry, and that it's okay for you to let go of when you've been with so much bagging on top of you, right? So she was telling her experience, how she felt that she always was the one taking care of her brother and her family and doing this and doing that, but she was never too good. Everything that she was saying, it was basically like, boom, here, Millie, esto, this. So I looked at my daughter looked at me, and my tears just started coming down, right? So I was like, okay, so that means that what I was thinking is not that. It's not that I'm feeling guilty that my mom is there. It's time for me to let go of this baggage that I've been carrying all these years, feeling like that when I'm okay, like I'm okay. So mind you, that whole month of September, I was like in a journey, like, yo, God works in so much mysterious ways and so much different ways, guys, that it was just like I was away from everybody. Like I wasn't seeing nobody. I wasn't talking to nobody. I was just to myself. Like God had me like in this little space just for me, right? So boom, that passes. It was beautiful. Everything we did. My daughter and me and my granddaughter, we did a prayer board. So if you ever want to do that, it's so nice. You get a board and then you do get these little envelopes, and you put like prayers for your health, prayers for your family, prayers for whatever you want, all these bunch of stuff, and then you just put it up in your wall somewhere, and you just, this is what you're looking for, like this is what you want, and this is what you know yeah, once. Okay. So guys, I'm sorry if I'm everywhere. But anyway, so boom, that happens. Then we went to the concert. We did the concert with Everly. Everything was beautiful too. Then after that, I kept on going to church. Mind you, I went to see my mom every other day. Everything changed. So when I go to church this other time, you know, God touched me. The Holy Spirit, honestly, guys, the Holy Spirit, I felt the Holy Spirit touching me. And I don't care what nobody says. Like I said, everybody have their own belief. Whatever you want to believe is you. I respect you. You know, the same way I respect everybody, that's the same way I want people to respect me. And if you don't want to respect me, it's fine with me. I really don't care because I don't have to give explanations to know. I do not own no explanations to nobody. You know, I'm just telling you my experience, how my experience went with God. And guys, ever since that day, I'm telling you guys, ever since that day, and ever since I started this journey, it's just been, everything been so different. Everything's been going so, like, you could see the difference. You could see everything that God has for you. Like I said, you don't have to go to church. I don't have to go to church to believe in God, because I always believe in God, and God is always first in in me, always first. He's always first. He's gonna be first, always. But you know what? I just feel good. I feel happy. I was going through some bad stuff that people don't know, okay? People do not know, because for the past months before, since January or December, I've been going through it, but I know how you call that? How you say that in English? Disimula, like not show it and just be like, yeah, you know, you happy and everything, but really you're in the inside, you're very, very teared apart. And I needed to work with that. You know why? Because I know I'm a good person. I got a good heart. And whatever I do, I try not to hurt nobody. I try not to offend nobody. I don't have enemy, guys. I can't say that, oh, this girl doesn't like me, or this girl doesn't like me, or I have problem with her, I have problem with this or nothing, because I'm not like that. I'm a person that you could talk shit about me, and I'm still gonna go and talk to you. You could say whatever you want about me, and it's not gonna bother me, because I don't have, in my heart, I don't have that bad, like that bad little pinita, whatever they call it, like this little thing. No, I'm not like that. Honestly, I'm not. I'm always trying to please. I'm a pleaser. I'm a pleaser. I like to make everybody happy. I like to see everybody happy. I like to see people when they receive something, or I love watching like videos. I know I'm everywhere, but I like watching videos when they send happy meals, or when they give you this and they give you that. I love to see everybody happy. Like, that's me. I'd rather see everybody happy than see myself happy. And that's what was happening. I was happy for everybody, but nobody was happy for me. And I wasn't feeling happy myself. So if I'm not feeling happy, how am I gonna make everybody else, you know, be good? But anyway, guys, so everything happened. Boom, 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 boom. Been to church. Everything. Came back to Puerto Rico. I went and got me this Bible. It's called the Santa Biblia. I got this one and I got the other one. So then I come here to Puerto Rico. Watch this. I come to Puerto Rico. And when I come to Puerto Rico, I told my pastor over there, I was telling them, oh my God, I'm leaving. And, they prayed everything. And then they said, oh, we're going to pray for you to find a church. So, okay, mind you, I'm in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has millions of church, I think, in here. So I went to my school, to my teacher, my cosmetology teacher, and I go, teacher, I want to know if you could tell me a church that I would want to go to, because I've been going to church and I don't want to miss out. I love the way I'm feeling when I'm going to church. Oh, okay, I got this one. Da, 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 da. So this Sunday, this particular day, she texts me at 6:30 in the morning. She goes, oh, Millie, Millie, there's not gonna be no worship today because they're doing something else. So this is what I understood. So it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I go and tell my husband, I go, oh my God, what is so hard for you to find a church? I just want to go to church and listen to the word, and I just want to be in peace. This is me, mind you, fighting with God at 7:30 in the morning, even though I had prayed and everything. But I was like, God, all I want to do is just go to church. Like, like it was something like, okay, let me test you, right? I laugh about it now because it was funny to me. So then she tested, she goes, oh no, you still could come though. I was like, okay, fine. So it was like 8:30. I was like, I'm not going nowhere. Da, 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 da. All this. I was fighting. fighting, girl. So boom, I still got up. I got dressed. I put a beautiful dress on. I did my hair. I put this nice cardigan because even though I'm going to church, and I know God accepts you however you are because He's not there judging you how you dress, what you have, if you have tattoos, if you don't have tattoos. God is not going to judge you for that. He just wants you to listen to His words. So, but I feel disrespect if I go, for me, it's a disrespect to go in front of the altar or in front of God. And, you know, I don't know. This is me. This is the way my brain is working. So I put this beautiful cardigan. I put my beautiful dress and my sandals and my pocketbook and my Bible, right? So I walk in, I'm walking, I call my teachers and I told her, come outside, I'm here. She's walking literally by me. She never seen me dressed like with dresses and I was like, maestra. And she looks at me, she goes, Dios mío. She was like, oh my God, yo no puedo creer cómo tú te ves, Dios mío, pero qué felicidad. You look so happy. You look, your whole feature, everything. I was like, really? So, you know, I just started laughing because I said, oh my God, do you think I'm that bad? She was like, no, 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 not that. So, you know, we started laughing. So I go into church. Girls, when I tell you, that God works in mysterious ways, God works in mysterious ways. This is the first time I ever go to this church, right? As soon as I walk in, they're already worshiping. I love the songs and da da da, and you know, this and that. Da, 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 da. So the pastor in this church is a guy. He picks up, him and his wife. He picks up the mic and he starts preaching and all this bunch of stuff. So this is me, right? I'm over here, you know, like, hey, you know, like, but I'm looking, mind you, I'm observing everything that's around me because this is the first time. So why this pastor goes, oh, so you know, we don't want people to come here and they're just wondering like lost and all this. And I feel that it was like boom there for me, right? So I looked at my teacher, she looked at me, and we just smiled at each other, and I just kept on. Girls, when this pastor, his wife came to me, sorry, when the wife came to me, the pastor wife, and she started praying, girls, if I only tell you, God gave me that lecture. Girl, I say it as a joke, but God gave me a lecture. Girls, I'm gonna tell you in Spanish because it sounds better in Spanish. I'm gonna try to say it in English. Cuando yo te digo a ti que la pastora vino donde mí y la pastora me tocó y la pastora pegó a rezar. Yo lo único que me acuerdo es que Dios me dio un estrellón. Cuando yo te digo a ti que Dios me estrelló, pero un estrellón, que yo dije, cuando yo me levanté, yo dije, ¿qué pasó? I was like, oh, eso pasó because I was, you know, yo estaba peleando con él al amanecer de Dios, you know? So, the way it was like, God slammed me. I don't know if it sounds good in English, but in Spanish it sounds good. God's like was like, oh, you doubted me and you're fighting with me early in the morning, so I'm gonna give you a taste of what I'm about. Girls, when I tell you that God worked his work on me and I was slammed here and there and everywhere. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, I guess I'm never gonna test them again. So guys, it was a beautiful experience. I love it. I feel so good. I feel so happy. I feel in peace. I feel another person. Like, I just feel like I never have or have had any hard feeling towards nobody. I don't have no hate against nobody. I I'm just like a cool person, honestly. I just have good feelings for everybody. I just want everybody to be happy. I just want everybody, like, if I sometimes I tell God I wish I was rich, honestly, just rich. I'm not rich, so I could give more to to everybody. Like I could just buy and give and give and give and give because that's me. But you know what? I'm not rich in money, but I'm rich at heart and love. You know, like that I'm rich. And I'm rich because, you know, I have my kids, I have my family, I have my dogs. I don't think I need money for that, but yeah, I would love to have all this money so I could give more than what I give. Like, you know, but it's okay because it's the thought that counts. And honestly, whatever I do out of heart. I do not do anything to not to like to harm nobody or to disrespect nobody, like I said at the beginning, to make anybody feel bad. Or I don't have that on me. Like I don't have it on me to do that. So ever since too, like I'm in another place right now. Honestly, I'm in another place and I thank God for it. And like I said, whoever wants to watch the video could watch. If you don't want to watch it, or if you don't want to talk to me, if you don't want to how you say if you don't want to talk to me, or you don't want to watch my videos, or you know, don't want to be, you know, don't want to hear what I have to say about my experience in church and stuff like that, is fine. There's billions of other channels that you could go to, billion of other channels that you could, you know, focus on. But me, my channel, I know it's about doubts and stuff like that, but there's gonna be days when I have these beautiful experience. Hey guys, I'm gonna share with you guys, and whenever I have to say something about, you know, how I feel about my church, not my church, how I feel about God, I'm gonna say it because, you know, you're free to speech to say whatever you want to say. But yeah, guys, so that was my experience. Um, now, oh guys, you know, out of all of this, all what I'm saying and stuff like that, um, all I gotta say is, I have everybody's in my prayers. Everybody, people that I okay, because when you start praying at nighttime, right? You start thanking God, right, for everything. Boom, 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 boom. Then you start with your kids. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. You start with your son-in-laws. You start with all your family members, right? Everybody. Then you start, you know, you pray for your partner, you pray for your dogs, you pray for your cats, you pray for everything, right? And then you pray for your friends to get better, to, you know, to whatever they're going through with their family. You pray for this one, you pray for that one, you pray for this, for that, for everybody. Girl, when you finish praying, I think it'd be like more than an hour praying, because you just want to pray for everybody, right? And when you pray from the heart, you know that they're gonna get that prayer, you know, because it's real. And I tell you, I pray for everybody. I even pray for the people that I don't even know, people that probably are going through it. And, you know, I always tell God, God, please help and protect these people that are going through a loss with their family member, a kid, anything, because I've been through it and I know it's hard. You know, that's me. This is me. So, you know, I'm just me. And like I said, I can't be more honest than what I am. And this is me. I mean, hey, if you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, there's billions of other channels to watch. There's billions of other YouTubers. There are famous YouTubers. There's a bunch of things that you could do. You know, so right now, this is my journey. This is my journey. I'm happy where I'm at. I feel so much with so much more confidence. I feel more happier. I feel more outgoing. Like you know, it's a working process, but I'm going through the right one. And guys, like I said, I've been crocheting, which I wasn't doing. I've been crocheting, I've been selling things, I've been painting. You know, everything is going how it's supposed to be. But you know what, it is what it is. And I guess I'll see you on my next video. I hope that this, you know, makes somebody, you know, happy, or, you know, somebody that's going through it. You know, just always believe in God and always have God first. And, you know, just don't pray to God just when you are feeling bad, always pray for God. Even in your good times, in your bad times, in your down times, in your depression, in your anxiety, and how in your loss and whatever. Always have God first. When you have God first, girls, everything is gonna come. God is gonna put you right there. And remember another thing. You know what God does too? God remove people that are not to be with you. So I learned that God, if you ask God to remove people that are not to be around you, he does it, right? He does it, right? He does it. But then don't go asking God why you removed these people out of my life. You know, that's an experience, not experience, that's a experience that some girls said in church, that when she asked God to remove people that don't belong with her, to remove, and she said that God removed everybody that wasn't supposed to be around her. Then she asked, oh my God, I don't have nobody. And she said that God answered her, you asked and I gave. So always remember for what you asked, because God is going to serve you with it. But then again, remember, God is giving you, you have to give too, because it's not all God give me. I want. But what are you going to give God? You have to give God something too. So at least sometimes, at least prayers, something you have to give back God, because God is looking at you like, okay, I give you, give you. But what are you giving me? You know? So anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I felt that like a preach right there. But you know what? It is what it is. This is how I'm feeling. I'm happy. Um, me, whoever wants to be around me is fine. Whoever doesn't want to, it's okay. Especially I'm going through this journey. I'm always gonna be the same person. I'm always gonna have that heart for everybody, and I'm not gonna stop giving. I'm always gonna be giving. I'm always gonna be a happy person. Now that I'm even happier. But anyways, guys, I'm everywhere. So I guess I'll see you in my next video. Always remember to pray. Have God first. Always, God is first. Always, God es primero. Primero Dios, segundo Dios, tercero Dios. Y sin Dios no es nada. So, guys, remember to pray. And like I always say, keep God first. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.